I'll keep it 100 with you and admit that Carmelo Anthony's hatred toward Kevin Garnett was intense but brief. The crux of their feud boils down to a single blow-up in January 2013. But the aftermath of that single incident allowed fans and the media to keep their beef alive for nearly a decade, while ruining Honey Nut Cheerios for the two in the process. Kevin Garnett helped revolutionize the draft process when he successfully jumped to the pros fresh out of high school, proving that youngins can thrive in the league. From high schoolers to one-and-done college hoopers, franchises tried to find their version of KG. For the Denver Nuggets, they turned to 19-year-old Carmelo Anthony. After spending one championship season at Syracuse, Denver drafted Melo 3rd overall in 2003. Handing the keys of the franchise over to a teenager immediately paid off. In his rookie season, Anthony ended a lengthy postseason drought, leading the Nuggets to a first-round matchup against a guy who now acted as the OG of the NBA's new generation. Garnett hardly spoke about his impact on the young hoopers that followed him, but was proud of the movement and praised Anthony after his playoff debut. But after Melo lit up the Timberwolves in Game 3, KG's praise quickly turned into frustration. In the fourth quarter, with the game all but out of reach, Melo pretended to take a jumper from out of bounds after a loose ball rolled to him on the bench. An agitated Garnett walked over and tried swiping it from him, but after failing to do so, Melo flipped the ball around him to the refs. Anthony's teammate Andre Miller hopped up to defend the rookie and shoved Garnett, where they then all exchanged words and had to be separated before things escalated. After the win, when asked if Minnesota felt any pressure, an extremely confident Anthony joked the T-Wolves would no longer exist if they lost the series. Garnett's reaction wasn't as playful. Following a testy Game 4, journalists believed Melo vs. KG would be a Western Conference battle for years to come. Except, that never came to fruition. After Minnesota won that series in 5 games, Anthony and Garnett didn't face off in the postseason again until years later when they were in the East. While experts predicted a fierce rivalry between the two, Melo and KG gained mutual respect for each other. They were all-star teammates in 2007 and appeared to enjoy sharing the court together. When they switched conferences and met in the first round of the 2011 playoffs, it was all love between the two. Melo even gave KG a congratulatory hug after the Celtics swept the series. But then, in 2013, things got spicy. During the fourth quarter of a regular season matchup, Melo and KG spent the entire time going at each other. Things popped off with the two fighting for positioning on a rebound, where you can clearly hear Melo voice his annoyance with KG. Which, I don't know how to read lips, but seemed to really fire up Garnett. On the ensuing possession, Melo channeled his inner running back and tried driving straight through KG's chest when he set a pick. Then on the opposite end of the floor, after draining a 3, Anthony made it his mission to seek out Garnett. Again, I'm not a lip reader, but I highly doubt Melo was offering KG dinner recommendations right here. Whenever these two shared the floor, they wasted zero time getting after it. Later in the fourth, Garnett tried posting up Anthony, and it turned into an obvious shoving match that the referees let play out. When the possession ended, the two kept jawing at each other, and the refs hit them both with technicals before they had to be separated at half court. Just look at how livid Anthony is, continuing to go at Garnett later in the game. It didn't appear to be normal banter, and Melo reportedly told KG he'd see him after the game, which is exactly what he did. When the final buzzer sounded, Anthony made 2 separate attempts to hunt down Garnett. He walked off the floor through the visiting tunnel, breaking through teammates as he made his way to the Celtics locker room, screaming for KG to come out. That didn't happen, so Melo posted up by Boston's team bus and waited for Garnett. The man was rocking a scarf and still wanted to scrap. Surrounded by a number of security guards, the two didn't throw hands, but one witness said the incident felt like being back in the schoolyard. KG downplayed the severity of the situation, saying the two just got caught in the heat of the battle. Attempting to add insight on what could have made Melo so angry, teammate Amar'e said Garnett's trash talk on the floor seemed to cut deep. It just wasn't typical behavior for Melo, who didn't speak to reporters after the game. He was usually mild-mannered on the court, and had come a long way since the questionable decisions he made as a youngin' in the league. Other than arguing about foul calls with refs, Melo wasn't the type of dude to lose his cool often. A day after the blow-up with Garnett, Anthony confirmed Stoudemire's belief that the whole ordeal revolved around trash talk gone too far. Melo wouldn't reveal what KG said to him, leaving it at it's just certain things men shouldn't say to another man. He thought KG crossed the line, but said the two talked it out and squashed any remaining beef. The league suspended Melo for his actions, and while he admitted his emotions got the best of him, he didn't think the suspension was justified. He viewed yelling for KG outside the locker room and posting up by the Celtics team bus as an opportunity for the two to chop it up. More than anything, Melo just wanted to keep it pushing. While journalists poked for answers on what KG said, Melo didn't owe that info to anyone, as it could have potentially drawn out a situation that he felt the two had already handled. Except, unfortunately for Melo, that wasn't exactly his call. A day after the incident, a report came out citing sources that alleged Garnett told Anthony that his wife, TV personality and actress Lala Anthony, tastes like Honey Nut Cheerios. Yeah. So that whole goal of wanting to put the issue behind him quickly became impossible as the internet exploded and several media outlets ran with the news. I gotta say, using an actual Cheerio as an O for that headline is a nice touch. Lala chimed in with a playful tweet urging people not to believe everything they hear, but her even acknowledging the situation added more fuel to an internet fire that was already out of control. As absurd as it sounds to tell someone that their wife tastes like a bowl of cereal, it's not that far-fetched coming from KG. The dude was a prolific instigator who verbally abused his opponents to the point of tears. When it came time to talk shit, nothing seemed to be off limits for KG. Like the time he referred to Charlie Villanueva, who has alopecia, as a cancer patient. Or wishing Tim Duncan a happy Mother's Day, knowing his mom had passed away years earlier. So yeah, the alleged Honey Nut Cheerio incident was more so on the tame side for Garnett. It didn't help that both Melo and KG seemed completely fine not refuting the claim. Almost a week after the initial report, Anthony finally addressed the public at an event for the launch of his signature shoe. Melo had been in the process of going through a 15-day fast and jokingly said he was ready for a bowl of Cheerios. He still refused to spill the beans on what KG said, but again attempted to make it clear the two had settled their differences. When the two faced off in a rematch 2 weeks later, it appeared the two truly put their beef to rest. Post-game, Melo's mindset remained the same, reinforcing he had no smoke with KG and simply just wanted to move on. Garnett agreed. At every turn, Melo tried shifting the focus back to basketball, but media members wouldn't let the feud die. When Garnett got traded to the Brooklyn Nets the following season, journalists pounced on the opportunity to spin it as a new inner-city rivalry. KG's physical play impacted Melo during the playoffs the previous year, but despite the injury, Anthony reportedly told close friends he didn't have any issue with Garnett. No matter how many times the two said they were cool, people couldn't get past finding out the truth behind the Cheerios line. In 2014, Lala provided some clarity. In her book titled The Love Playbook, Lala wrote that Garnett never said such a thing. She was confused as to how such a ridiculous lie turned into what seemed like a never-ending saga. Even speaking to his wife, Melo refrained from telling Lala exactly what was said that night, but explained that KG treated him like a rookie. Up till that point, Melo believed the two had built a friendship, or at least a relationship based on respect, and KG overstepped the boundaries. It wasn't until 2020, 7 years removed from the incident, that Melo finally seemed ready to address it head on. When discussing a range of topics with rapper Ludacris, Melo admitted that Garnett was the best trash talker he'd ever encountered and was someone who made you question some of the things he said on the court.
Kevin Garnett was one of the, not one of, he is the biggest shit talker that he never got on my head and messed my game up, but he made me think sometimes, like, yo, who the fuck is he talking to? Like,
this of course led Ludacris to ask him about the Honey Nut Cheerios fiasco, where Melo denied it ever happened and blamed Boston fans for starting it.
As we talking about, I don't know if you ever addressed it, but I'm like, would you tell everybody that he never said nothing about no damn Honey Nut Cheerios to the wife, bro? Just
he never. Where
did that come from? Who the hell even said anything about Honey Nut Cheerios? That somebody just made that up?
Yeah, Boston fans.
With Anthony publicly on board calling bullshit, Garnett joined in the following year, killing any notion that he'd ever said anything to Melo about Lala or Cheerios. He was a Frosted Flakes type of guy anyways. The fact that KG felt the need to mention his cereal preference spoke to the foolishness of this beef and how it lingered on for so long. While Melo thought the rumor originated from Boston fans, and KG had no clue of how it began, it all stemmed from a blog post. In the initial report, the article simply said they confirmed the jab with several sources who were in attendance. No direct quotes, no named sources, and no original reporting. Although, none of that mattered because the rumor achieved exactly what it set out to do. Melo's feisty reaction at the moment and KG's harsh history of trash talk set the perfect stage for the rumor to explode. It left journalists and the internet ample opportunity to obsess over the absurdity of the story, no matter how many times the two said it was over. Cause in reality, their beef lasted for maybe 24 hours. While their feud was short, this beef will be alive as long as the internet survives, and the only clear winner here is that damn Bumblebee and Honey Nut Cheerios. Yo, thanks for watching Beef History. This sure was a nutty episode, right? No, seriously, thanks for watching, and if you want to see some more great content, check out these episodes below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe and keep on coming back. I'm out of here. Peace.